Hi, everyone. If you want to learn how to read tarot for yourself, put the word tarot down below, Tarot, Tarot, and it's frozen. There you go. Because I have an upcoming training that is going to be absolutely incredible for you this Saturday at 10 a.m. Pacific time. I'm doing it on a Saturday, which I never do. And I'm super excited to share how you can read tarot for yourself so that you can get the answers that you need in order to make the correct choices when you're on this path of life, which like this morning for me was like, rah, kind of morning, as I've been settling into my new way of living and dealing with 5 friggin' animals, excuse my language. And tarot is such an incredible tool to help you to get clear about what you need to do, where you need to go, who you need to talk to, and what you need to say. So I want to teach you, I'm going to talk about 5 tips today, and we're going to do a reading for yourself where you're going to learn how to read a card my way. Not the way out there where it's just learning the symbols and, oh my goodness, if I get this symbol wrong, the way it's written in the Bible of tarot, I'm never going to be able to read tarot and I'm going to mess this up and curse myself. How many of you are afraid of that? Hit the likes and the loves and the stars, because I want stars on Facebook. You're afraid that if you read the card wrong or you get that symbol wrong, you're so afraid that you're going to like curse yourself or something or screw everything up. When tarot is just an extension of your soul. It's just an extension of what is living inside your heart and soul. It is a reflection for you to pull out the wisdom that's sitting inside of you so you can learn how to read for yourself. So I'm going to give you 5 tips today. And if you want to join my free upcoming training that is Saturday, then please do put the word in tarot. You're going to go into my bot and you're going to get all the incredible information. So let's see who's here today. We have Karen, thanks for the stars. Pauline, hi Tanya, Carolee. Remember, if you're in my paid membership for your soul program, hit Soulstar, hashtag Soulstar, and let me know that you are in that program. We have Raina and Sherry, Adriana, Earl. Hi Earl, haven't seen you in a while. Dana. Dana, I wish you could be with us, but you're in membership and you have the Tarot for Your Soul class, which is an incredible class. Beverly, Ayora. So we have a bunch of people today. So we're going to play a lot of fun games. First, give me an idea of what you think is Carolee, Soulstar. I knew you were a Soulstar. And then sometimes, people leave membership and Laura handles all that. And I'm like, if I haven't seen you active on the Facebook page in a while, I'm like, are they still a Soulstar? That's my honest truth about May. Hi, Jackie. So 5 tips today. We are going to read cards for ourselves, and I'm going to show you how to do it based on personal experience. I'm going to show you how important it is to ask a specific question, how to ask a question. Because a lot of times, you guys have been playing with my reading thing, and it'll be like, will I get married? That is not a question that is really going to help you to gain the wisdom inside your heart and soul, the wisdom that sits inside of you. So we're going to play a lot of fun. Pat, everybody else can hear me, right? Can everybody hear me? So Pat, turn up your computer. Adriana, Soulstar, I knew you were a Soulstar because I've seen you around lately on Facebook. So if you're a Soulstar from my paid membership program, let me know. I have an itchy back. So first question I have for all of you, and this is the most important question because many of you get so afraid to read the cards for yourself. You're afraid you're going to get it wrong. So you pay money to go to a tarot reader. Now, I don't think there's anything wrong with that. But I want to teach people how to read for themselves. So you can pay $14 for a deck and learn how to read for yourself. And when I was learning how to open up to my guides and learning how to be a medium and all my gifts, tarot was such a passageway into that work. It was the thing, that and dream work were the things that catapulted me into understanding my guides and into understanding them talking to me. So hi, Lana, another Soulstar. So let me know below why you're afraid to read tarot, why you think you can't read it, or maybe you're not afraid. Maybe you're already reading it. But let me know below what your questions are, because what I really want to help people to do is to really read for themselves, to go inside and get the answers for themselves. And I think a lot of you are afraid to do that because you just don't trust your inner guidance system. I may have to go get my dogs. And tarot is such a great way to distract yourself from your thoughts in here. I wanted to call them crazy little thoughts, which is what happens. And it helps you to reflect the wisdom that's inside your heart and soul and allows you to bring it out. So I'm going to actually pick a card today, and we are going to do that together, but we're going to do something even more fun before that. So what I would love for you guys to do is, if you want to join my live training on Friday, where we are going to take you through a lesson of tarot, definitely put in tarot in the comments below as well, and make sure you get into that live training, which is going to be on a Saturday. I never work on the weekends and, work with clients. I usually just do my own work on Saturdays and Sundays. All right, so let's see. Catherine says, how to ask a question and answers seem complicated or vague in books. Great question. Lena, exactly. Afraid of interpreting incorrectly, which is so important. I want to teach you how to use your own personal experience on how to interpret. I got an itchy nose. Finally, yay, I got in. Yay! Will you pull the same basic cards as someone else? Would you pull the same basic cards as someone else? I'm not really sure what that means, Estelle. Can you give me a little bit more of what you're saying there? Great. So everybody's putting in the word tarot, and let me see if there's any other people that are stuck. Hi, Barbara, Soul Star. Yes, Raina, each card has different meanings. Yes. So here's some really great questions. So Lena says, afraid of interpreting incorrectly. Great thing. Catherine says, don't know how to ask the right question. And then where was the other one? Raina says, it seems like each card has different meanings. So when you're reading based on your own personal life and your own personal wisdom and your soul, and understanding what symbols mean to you, because our guides speak to us in symbols because they don't have our vocabulary. We just interpret it through our vocabulary. When you learn how to read them through your own personal experience and your own personal symbols, the tarot takes on a language that is very specific to you. Whether you decide to read for other people or not, you're still using your own personal symbolic language, which is super important. So one of the things, we'll start with asking questions. Asking questions is super important. If you're asking a yes or no question, it could be a little bit challenging with tarot, because tarot wants to teach you how to navigate the path inside your heart and soul so that you can start bringing that experience into your external life. So tarot is really a teaching tool. It really wants to show you, oh no, don't go out with Bob, because Bob isn't going to be the best person for you, because he represents your father, and your father was never really good to you. You really need to hang out with Mickey more, because Mickey more has the traits of what spirit feels is more fulfilling for your life. How do you get all of that from the card? Well, you can't ask a question like, am I going to get married? You have to ask a question of, what do I need to do to bring marriage into my life? What do I need to do to open up my heart to inviting in a romantic partner? What do I need to know about myself in order to allow romance into my life? What do I need to know about that past relationship so that I can move past it and heal? What do I need to know about my relationship with my father so that I could heal that relationship in order to invite love into my life? So that's how you do the questions. You want to do more psychologically based questions, because even if you're going to readers, they're still getting into your psychological makeup, and they're getting into what's holding you back and what the blocks are inside of you. So everybody, take a question right now. Hi, Sarah. I take a question right now that you have about your life, and let me help you to rewrite that question, because we're going to read cards together today, right? So you're going to get answers. So I'm going to teach you how to take a question and read the answers for yourself. So everybody, if you feel comfortable, in the comments below, give me some of your questions that you think that you want to ask the tarot cards so that you can start reading them for yourself. Now, for those of you just joining me, remember to put in the word tarot, and there's going to be an upcoming training, live training this Saturday at 10 a.m. with me. And I'm going to take you through one of the cards, and I believe it's going to be the Hermit card. I think that's the one I chose because it's a really cool card. Okay. So here is Raina. Raina says, what do I need to do to expand my business? Great question, Raina. And you may want to even pose this as, because need to do may be like, well, we'll see how that works with when you pull the cards today, when we work with that. But you also may be like, what do I need to know about myself to expand my business? Where may I be blocking myself when I'm looking to expand my business? How how can I open up more to the expansion of my business? So you see how that works. That is really good. So Alexander, hi. I saw you wrote something to me, and when I went to respond, it was gone. What do I need to know to have a fulfilling career? Great question, right? So you want to even go, where can I go? You could do different things. Okay, so what do I need to know to have a fulfilling career? Where am I blocked from my past that's keeping me from a fulfilling career? What are the beliefs that I need to work on that may be stopping me from having a fulfilling career? Where are my passions where my career lives? What am I passionate? Where should I look for my passions? So those are really good questions. I'm just giving you further questions so you can go much further with the cards. All right, let's see who else, and I'll help one more else. What do I need to do to start walking? Yeah, so we've talked a little bit, Margot, because you're having some struggles with your physical health, right? So I never say to somebody, oh, it's all in your head, physical stuff. I'm just not going to ever say that to someone, because I remember a friend of mine who got cancer when she was young in college. And when she was reading all the spiritual books about how we create these illnesses in our life, she went through such a tremendous amount of guilt, feeling like it was all her fault. So I tend to really approach these things from a physical, psychological, spiritual, emotional place whenever somebody's dealing with some type of physical ailment. For you, Margot, what I would have you do is, what can I do right now in my life that would feel the way I feel when I used to walk, or the way I feel when I want to walk? Where can I find joy right now so that I can focus my energy on healing? What can I do right now for myself that allows me to feel healed? Where can I explore the depths of my soul that may be keeping me from healing in this specific place right now? The thing that I would do with somebody like you, or anybody who's feeling really trapped, is to try to keep the question, and I'm not saying you're feeling trapped, honey, please let me use you as a teaching tool. It's hard with Facebook because I can't talk to the person. But I want to keep you away from that feeling trapped experience. I want to go into expansion with all questions. So when we're looking for something, it's really important to look at the opposite. What is the opposite of this? Or where am I feeling trapped? What can I do for the healing? So let's take a health issue, right? So the opposite of a health issue is to feel healed. What does a feeling of healing feel like? Well, I would feel joy. I would feel excited. I would feel happy. My animals. That's what I'm going to be reading about today, my animals. Where do I need to feel happiness? So I would have you focus on that. What do I need to do to bring joy in my life? What do I need to do to bring breath in my life? Where can I go to breathe? Where is breath stuck inside of me? What do I need to know about myself in order to keep the flow of healing going on? And then if I was working on a block, I'd be like, what do I need to know about my past that has maybe triggered this experience in my life? What do I need to learn about this experience about myself? So that's what I would do. So I think a lot of you, thank you, Margot. I think a lot of you, hi, Vincent. Great question. How can I build my business so that I have consistent, adequate income? So I know Vincent, and Vincent is a phenomenal, phenomenal photographer. For any of you guys who are looking for a photographer, he's in the Bay Area, but I'm sure he travels. And he does such incredible art with his photography, where he does your own personal portrait and wisdom inside of it. Take a look at his work. Take a look at his Facebook page. He's so talented and so gifted and a really good soul. But Vincent, for you, since I know you, what I would want more is, what's stopping you from building a business that bring you joy? Where can you go to explore joy in your life? Because your business is very much tied in you experiencing joy. And I feel like you're also feeling trapped in an experience that's not providing answers for you right now. And we can never find the answers when we're just stuck in the problem. We can only find the answers when we're allowing flow into our life. So for you, Vincent, I would work on flow. Where can I go to experience flow? What do I need to know about my life about flow? Where did I stop flow in my life? Where in my life did I stop flow? If you can stay with me through this training, we're going to work with a card, and it may really help you. All right, so I think you guys have a good understanding of questions. So now let's go to the next thing, okay? So the next thing is, and if you're just joining me now, I'm doing a live training on Saturday at 10 a.m. Put the word tarot in, and you will be invited to that training. It's a private pop-up group. It's not a private pop-up group, but it's a special pop-up group that you have to get invited into. So what I would love for us to do now is you've all now come up with a question, right? And you all have, let me do something first. Let me pull this up. Hold on, I'm opening something. So let's see if I can do it that way. Yes. Can I make this bigger? Yes. Can I make this bigger? Okay, perfect. So I'm going to teach you some really fun thing right now. So I want you all to come up with a question. And if you're liking what I'm doing with you guys, I really ask that you share this information with your friends, people you feel safe with sharing it with. And also give me the likes and the loves, because that helps me a lot to know what's helping you and what's not helping you. Feedback is always beneficial. So I'm going to share my desktop screen, and I am going, hopefully this is going to work. You're going to see me first. Hold on. Okay, great. So you see my desktop screen. Hold on. Whoops, can't see that. That's private. Whoops, that's private. All right. Where did it go? So here's a picture, and I want to make sure this is happening and make sure that all of you are seeing this. I'm going to go on Facebook. Here's a picture, just an ordinary picture, right? It's maybe not ordinary because it's a beautiful redwood tree. And I could see that hopefully it's coming up. Yes, it is. Okay, I'm just checking the live feed to make sure that this is coming up because it's super important. All right, hold on. Why isn't this doing it? All right. Okay, I want to make sure that you're seeing this. So you're seeing half of it. There it is. Okay, see that picture? I'd like to try to hide me, but for some reason I can't. So you're going to see me and the picture, okay? So take a look at this picture. Think of the question you have. This is an everyday picture. Now, I want you to pick one thing in this picture where your eyes are being drawn right now. So I just want you to go to one thing in this picture where your eyes are being drawn. So just pick one thing. And I want you to write down, if you have a pen near you, or say out loud what this one thing makes you feel. How does this thing that you're looking at make you feel? So for me, I'm looking at the clovers, right? And I had a really difficult morning with my animals. Really difficult morning. It's making me question moving into a house that isn't really, I feel, conducive to animals. And my spirit guides were like, you need to change that belief, right? So I'm looking at the clover, and the clover to me is about good luck. It's about having good fortune. Good things are going to change. So it's an affirmation for me. And I kind of like, that's where my eyes are. I can't even take my eyes off it right now. That's what happens with clairvoyancy. Like, I want to look at something else in the picture. I want to take my eyes off something else. Spirit's like, nope, sorry, Clover, that's it. So that is the answer for me, right? It's like, don't worry about it, Marilyn. You're going to be okay. It's all going to work out. You're figuring things out. There's good fortune. We wouldn't have had you do this had we not known this was going to be good for you. And I know it's already good for me because it's opening me up in so many ways. So look at how the thing makes you feel and think about the question you have. It may not answer your question completely, but what it's going to do is give you further insights onto your journey into asking more questions that's going to expand you instead of retract you. And I'd love to hear your comments below of what you think. And you may be confused. You may be like, I don't understand how this is helping. Don't worry, we're going to do the sun card next. But I'm going to go back. So I'm going to go to your comments and just see what's oops. If I share that, then you don't get to see the sun card, this thing. So I'm going to stop sharing my screen right now. I'm going to go back here to Google Chrome and see what's happening. I look at the center and feel old. Okay, Raina. So maybe there's something more there about your business. So here's a great thing. Maybe you feel old in your business. Maybe you feel like you're too old to be starting to expand your business. Maybe you are holding a belief there about age. Maybe you're having a difficult experience about that. Paulette says, I saw colors and I thought of positivity. Great. Pixie says she wrote down Clover also. It's the thing where my eyes keep going. Great. Now try to apply it to your life. Try to apply it with the question. Catherine says, what if I saw clover as a weed? Well, there's nothing wrong with that. What do weeds mean to you, Catherine? Weeds are about like pulling things out that you no longer lead in order to make space for things to grow, for things to to expand. So there might be some weeds in your life that you need to pull out in order for you to experience expansion in your life. Do you see where I'm going with this? Christy, don't worry, we're going to do a lot more. Vincent says, and I want to work with people who already given me questions, which is helpful too. I'm really drawn to the dark circle that is the line where the bark meets the tree trunk. Great. So how does that make you feel, Vincent? What does that mean to you? If that line was to say something to you, what would it say to you? What do you think, if you gave it a voice, you have to use your imagination with this work. If you gave it a voice, what would it say to you right now? What do lines mean in your life? What do lines in tree trunks mean? So lines in my life would mean like, oh my goodness, you have to stay within the line. Or it might be like, you need to color outside the line. You need to really experience life like no other way and stop with the formulas. There's so many ways that we can interpret this based on our own personal experience. That's what I'm trying to get you to do. So stick close. Great. Stick close to what? See, there's a thing that I teach called the Dot.Dot.Dot technique. Keep running to right dogs. Dot.Dot.Dot technique. And what the Dot.Dot.Dot technique is, you never just put a period at the end of anything when you're reading for yourself. You always say, what's the next question then? Because life is an evolution of questions and answers. It's never like all of a sudden we have the happy ending. If you're having the happy ending, you're probably not here anymore. There's always like, great, I met that guy or that woman. I'm completely in love. Now we're thinking of moving. What's best for us? You know, so there's always other stuff that comes up. So I always teach the Dot.Dot.Dot technique so things never stop. I'm always playing the investigator inside my life. Let's take one more. I was drawn to the center of the trunk. I was saying roots, centering, and grounding. Great, Denise. So the tree itself is telling you that grounding is really important for you right now in order for you to move forward with your life. So let's move on, okay? So for those of you, so Lena, I hope you're still on. Lena, are you still on? Let me know. She's a soul star. Remember, if you're a soul star, you're part of my paid membership for your soul program. Make sure you let me know, hashtag soul star. And also, if you're just joining me, put in the word tarot, and you're going to be invited to my upcoming training this Saturday, where I'm going to take you through one card in particular and show you how I teach. So show you how you could throw out the book and really learn how to read tarot for yourself, because tarot was such an incredible tool when I was struggling so intensely in my life and couldn't feel answers. You know, and let me tell you something, guys. I've been channeling for 12 years. And this morning I was hiking with one of my dogs. My other dog can't come because she's injured. And I was asking my guides, is she okay? Is she okay? Because she's been like breaking out of the crate, ripping up the screen. She's been doing different things. And they said she's okay. And I was like, you know what? I'm having a hard time trusting you right now. And I came home and she broke through the screen again. And I said to them, why did you say she was okay? And what had happened before I asked them that is it catapulted me into a decision to make for Venus to keep her safe, because she's going to have surgery, and this is going to go on for 4 months. And what happened with that is they said she was safe. She wasn't hurt. And I said, you're right. And they said it also catapulted you to make a decision that you'd been hemming and hawing about because of money. And I went, you're right again. See how it's a Dot.Dot.Dot? See how well I read for myself? That's what tarot can help you to do for you. So you always feel this comforting blanket around you. All right. So I almost hit end broadcast. That would have been horrible. All right. So Lena, I hope you're still on. I don't know if you are, sweetie. But Lena asked a great question. She was afraid of getting it wrong. You can't get it wrong when you read tarot for yourself. You just can't. The reason is because when you're always looking at the Dot.Dot.Dot technique, what is next, and when you're also always using your own personal experience to read the cards, nobody can tell you you're wrong. Nobody has your life. Nobody has your teachers. Nobody has your boyfriend, girlfriends. Nobody had your parents, your siblings. Nobody has everything that you have in your life. I hate that this is blurry. It's making me nuts. Maybe it's not blurry for you. It's blurry for me. So nobody has all of that but you. And that is why you can read the cards for yourself. Okay, so everybody, remember how I just taught you how to ask a question? Get that question, and maybe you have a second question now that's like, okay, so like Vincent, let's go back to Vincent. What do I need to know about this line? What do I need to know more about how this line is guiding me in my life? How can I really expand and grow in my business? What can I read to do? So we're going to read a card. I'm cleaning the screen. I just do whatever because I don't worry about it being live. I don't care. So we're going to read a card right now. And I'm going to teach you something about this card as we read it. So everybody write down a question. If you want to put in the comments, that would be great. Remember, don't write yes or no questions, not for right now. It's more about like, what does my soul need to know about work? What do I need to know about my joy when it comes to opening up to love? What do I need to know about the blocks that I'm experiencing right now? Whatever it may be. So we are going to read this card together. All right. I'm going to share my screen. Is everybody ready? First, I want to see if you write questions. People share your questions if you're okay with it, because I want to make sure you're up to speed on the questions. What is blocking me from losing weight? That's a great question, Kathleen, and thank you so much for your honesty. Love that question. This is great. What do you see about my lawsuit? Now, this is a difficult question, Paulette, because it's not about what I see. It's going to be about what you see. I'm not reading you right now. You're going to read for yourself. So you have to say, what do I need to know about my lawsuit? So I've worked a lot with lawsuits as a medium, as a psychic medium. And lawsuits can be tricky because there's a lot of people involved in the experience. And it's a very, very intense experience. So I know from guiding people through lawsuits that one of the things they have to do is learn what is going on inside of them so that when they go into the courtroom, when they go before the judge, they're able to really come from it from a neutral place and not from a triggered experience, right? So what I would want you to do is, what do I need to do? What do I need to know about myself so that I could walk into that room and really feel good about what I'm presenting? So that's what you want to do. And I've been involved in small claims court and stuff. And I know that I had to do a lot of work about my own triggers because I spent a lot of time in family court in order to be able to go into that courtroom, not be petrified, and be able to handle the situation. So I'm not here to read you. You're here to read yourself because that's how I teach. All right, sweetie. What is blocking me from having prosperity in my life? That's a good question. You can even, let's start there right now. So let's see how we do. I'm going to pick a few because I want to go back. What does my soul need to know about my physical move to be closer to my daughter? Great. Adriana's in Membership for Your Soul, my paid membership program. Friggin' great questions. Paulette, it doesn't matter if your attorneys are going to court. You're still holding the energy about what's going on. So you still need to do some work around it in order to communicate to your attorneys what they need to know. Trust me, I know about court situations. Okay, there's some good questions here. Estelle, what does my soul need to feel freer to make decisions? That's a good question, a really good question. And Paulette, I'm not saying that you don't have good questions. I just want you to go deeper, honey. I want you to take the power and I want you to hold the reins of your life when you ask these questions. Catherine, what else can I do to continue clearing my blocks? Great. All right. So what do I need to let go of to move into joy and financial abundance? Very good questions, okay? Thank you, Paulette, for understanding. Vincent, what can I do to free myself from the confines of time? Love this question, Vincent. The mental constriction of clock and calendar time I impose myself. That's an excellent question. And it's not because I know Vincent that I'm calling him out, but the way him and a few of you answered these questions already, Adriana also, that's a real good question to explore your soul. Great. Okay, so ready to share. I'm going to share my screen. And we're going to go into my screen. And here is the sun card. I'm going to make sure it's showing up. And I'm going to take you through this card. Now, right off the bat, what I want you to do, I'm waiting for it to show up on Facebook because I want to make sure that it's sharing properly. There's a big delay with Facebook and stuff. Okay. All right. I'm just going to keep talking. So what I want you to do is, it says I'm sharing. Sorry, guys. So frustrating. Okay. Is my screen sharing? Tell me in the comments. I believe, yeah, it's okay. It may not be sharing. To broadcast. There it goes. Show. Great. Great, great, great. Now it's sharing. Great. Okay. Okay, so there's the sun card. Okay. First thing I want you to look at, I'm going to keep checking the Facebook feed on my phone. First thing I just want you to look at in this card is this card in its of itself. How does it make you feel? How does this card make you feel? So just look at this card and just say, just notice how you feel. And just write that down. Write down how it makes you feel. Now, the Sun card is a really great card in Tarot, and it comes after, I believe it's after the Moon card and before the Star card. Don't remember completely. But anyway, it's a great card. I mean, who wouldn't want this card to come into their lives when there's a happy little naked baby on a horse, and he always looks like a unicorn to me, and he just seems so happy and joyful and running into the future. Okay, so before I give you my meaning of the Sun card, which is my meaning and also what I've studied, where you're going to do it for yourself. The first question I have for you is, what does the wall represent for you? What does the wall behind the baby represent for you? So write that down or just answer it for yourself. And I'm going to do it along with you. Okay, the next question I want you to ask yourself is, if that is you on the horse, and if you can see yourself at a younger age on that horse, what age would you be? How old would you be sitting on that horse? And you may think you'll remember this stuff, but you don't. It always helps to write it down. And I'm going to do the same. So what age? That's a good one, guys. So you're whatever age you are on that horse, and maybe you're the age that you are today. Where are you going on that horse? Where are you going on that horse at that age? Where is the horse taking you? And you have to use your imagination. Where is the horse taking you? Where would you want to go if it's not taking you to where you want to go? Where would you want to go on this horse? And that could be at this age, 7, or the age that you are today. Where would you want this horse to take you? Okay. So I want you, as you are today, to talk to the you on that horse, the age of you on that horse. And I want you to give the age of you on that horse some really great advice. Now, say the age on the horse was you today. Well, we're still a minute ahead from that past experience, and we're constantly evolving and growing, especially if we're in training. So, me right now could talk to me a minute ago and have some advice for me because I've already learned something just by doing this exercise. I had tears in my eyes when I was hearing the answers. So I want you today, to give advice to that child of you that is on that horse, even if that child of you is just a few minutes ago. So take the time now to do that. I just keep running out of pens. So now we're going to take this a little bit further. And I said early on that these are the 5 tips. And the 5 tips are these questions that I'm giving you. I asked you what the wall represents. I'll go through the questions at the end. And I'm actually adding a question right now, which is, let the baby on the horse, the you at that age, give you some advice right now on an action step that you need to take in the next 24 hours that is going to move you forward towards your goal. An action step, thank you. Sorry, they're communicating with me. An action step that you're going to take in the next 24 hours that's going to move you towards your goal. So let that baby on the horse, the you of that year, you have wisdom throughout your soul, your entire life. We just get it knocked out of us by people around us who tell us we can't do things. Let that baby tell you what you can do. Okay. So I want to hear your comments. I want to hear if you're confused. Some of you might be confused. I'm going to take you through mine so you can understand it. And I know I said 5 tips in the beginning, and I changed this exercise as I moved forward through it. And that's what happens to me when I work and I teach. I go with the moment of what my spirit guides wanted. Basically, what I was going to do, and you can do this on your own, is you can work with your 5 senses. You could say, what do I feel about this card? What do I see in this card? And what does that vision mean to me? What do I hear? If I was to step into that card, what would I hear? What would I know about this card, which is a different sense than taste or smell? And if I was to smell something, what would I smell? And all of that can give you information as well about how to read the cards. And I'll go over that in a second. So for me, it's the sun card, right? And I just said that I'm having a really intense time with my animals right now. So the wall right away meant to me like, it's restriction of thought. Oh no, I did something wrong. I moved into this house that isn't really great for my animals right now. At least that's the thought process I'm going through, because I have 3 cats and 2 dogs and I'm on a hill and I have an injured dog and all these things. And the wall was representing restrictive thought, that I was going back to a time in my life where I thought I did something wrong and that's what was happening, when in fact it was better. The baby to me, where I was going, where the age was out into nature. And it was trusting, that's why I moved here, the nature, the woods, the connection to God. And it actually brought tears to my eyes. It made me understand that, no, I moved here for a reason. I moved here so I could constantly see that outside my window, and that I could walk just down the street and be on a trail. That's why I moved here, because connecting to God is the most important thing to me. And then the age I picked was 7, which was really very interesting to me too, because at 7 years old, in my experience, in my life, I had made communion, and communion was super important to me because my connection to God and Jesus was important to me from day one when I came out of the womb. It was super important to me. I went to a Catholic school, and that kind of triggered lack of beliefs because of the restrictions I saw in that school. But it reminded me of the spirituality that I have that lives inside my heart. And then the baby was just going more out into nature, more out into the woods, trusting it, believing in it, letting it go. And then the advice that I think I stopped there. So I'm going to just stop there. But the advice that the 7-year-old would give me, the next action step, I know what the advice was. Figure it out in the next 24 hours. I have to figure out a safe way to keep Venus safe while she's going through this injury right now. And I already started doing that by contacting the trainer. And that's what I did. So they said to follow through with that. Okay, let me see how you guys are doing with this exercise. And if you're confused, which I'm sorry if you are. Vincent picked 7 too. It's froze. Follow your heart and do what makes your heart sing. Great, great, great. Jody, if you're confused, you need to tell me what your question was and whatever answers came to you, and then I can help you with the confusion. So anybody who's confused about whatever the question they had and the answers that came to them, I can help you, okay? Donna, who's action step, say yes to your next impulse desire without talking yourself out of it with perceived responsibilities. Don't overthink it. Donna is Soul Star, and she understands it completely, which is great. So let's see who else people I've been working with. Am I still frozen? I am. Okay, so I am frozen, which is not good. But that's not. So guys, put in the words tarot. I'm going to come off and come back on. And let me tell you this, just in case you can hear.